I have on my desk an ArtSnacks Plus box. I'm gonna open it up and take a look at what's inside, and I hope you'll join me. Okay. So first thing shoved into here. Oh, so reflective. You can say it, you guys. Hi. So this is the Bockingford traditional watercolor paper by St. Cuthberts Mill. 12 sheets in white. Let's take a little listen. I like the landscape-ness of it. Yeah, it's 12 inches by 9 inches. Good for watercolor, gouache, acrylic, pastel, pen and ink, pencil, and charcoal. I wonder which one of those art supplies we'll be playing around. Ooh, I see, I see. There's just more paper? Wait a minute. It's the Gray Matters paper palette, 6 by 9, 30 sheets. So it's like super thin, sort of coated paper, I'm guessing. Neutral gray sheets with a color mixing guide inside. Oh, there you go. 3 parts to color: hue, chroma, and value. There's definitely something I need to read up on because I feel like I use some of these words interchangeably, which is inaccurate. Value is the lightness or darkness of a color. Chroma is the measure of how pure, intense, and saturated that color is. And hue is the name of the color: red, blue, green, magenta. See, it's so confusing. I'm going to reference that later, but you can see the paper is very shiny. Ooh, it almost looks like metal. So there's some kind of coating on it to allow for a good color mixing, kind of like on a palette. That must, I mean, I already can see a little paint tube, but it sounds like we're gonna have some paint in here. I usually use just an old piece of glass from a picture frame for my palette, but we can try out the paper and see if it's useful. The point in these boxes, I guess, is to try things, new things specifically. So here we have the 2 menus. This is the ArtSnacks box menu, and this is the ArtSnacks Plus box menu. So the 2 bonus items were the paper and the palette, and the rest is from the May ArtSnacks box. Candy, we've got Smarties. Don't mind if I do. Maybe it'll help me with that color vocabulary. Candy break, 1 second. Alright, now I want to just grab these 2 things because I've been eyeballing them. This is the, oh dear, what is that? Placative gouache. I know that word. Extra fine quality. I believe the little pluses have to do with how light fast the color is. And that is like the hues, color, number equivalent. And then the name is light blue or cyan. Oh, and then the other color we have is white, also by Placative. But it's by Royal Talens. So oh no, what is happening? Oh my dear. Cool thing about gouache though is it is water-based, so it's pretty easy to clean. I think it's just opaque watercolor. I'll fact check that one. Anyway, we have some other things in here. Hopefully these are less intent on coming after me. Woo, there's the sticker. It's that fun design from the paper, but with like purples and pinks and cyans. Anyway, we also got a graphite drawing pencil in 2B, one of my personal faves to draw with. So we have the premium 3/8 original gold KINGART Dagger brush. Is that what it is? A dagger brush? It looks so much like a fish's fin to me. Or like if you had 2, it'd be like a mermaid. No. Oh, and then finally we also have this mono eraser by Tombow. It actually looks a lot like my eraser. I don't remember what it is because you can't really label an eraser. Oh no, this is much darker. Actually, those look exactly the same. I think I'll keep him in here then. We'll try it a little bit, but otherwise I'll probably stick with this guy. Unless dust-free experience means this doesn't happen because this drives me nuts, which is why I tend to use a kneaded eraser more often than none. So we'll try it out, see if it's anything special, see if it blows my socks off. Me just thinking about an eraser for 5 minutes. Excuse me. I might grab my gouache because I do have the primary colors, but we'll definitely heavily rely on the blue and white. Anyway, blue and white instantly makes me think of the sky. So I think that would be the first thing to do. And since sky is like blobby, I kind of feel like not swatching. And I guess what I say goes. Now we only have white and 1 hue, so we can adjust the value of our blue cyan hue by adding more white. We do not have black, so we cannot darken the hue. Don't know where I was going with this. I was just trying to feel smart, but I will keep this propped up so I can read it. So this is our palette. There we go. We're going to dig in. Which one first? I guess blue, since it's so excited about coming out and joining us. We're gonna try and oh, shoot. I forgot these metal tins, like I don't know what you call them, tubes. If you squeeze them even the slightest bit while the cap's on, it remembers. It does not forget, and it will come out and say hello. There we go, here's our cyan. A little goopier than, ooh, is there something I think it's kind of separating in there. There's like a green color. Metal tubes. You bust open and you don't do what you're told. All right, now I'm gonna want a lot of white, I'm gonna guess. Let's see if we have a better experience with this one. Look at that, it stayed inside the tube. Where should I put it, over here? Ooh, this one's also just thicker. Probably gonna need a lot more than that. Also feel like I'm gonna need more paintbrushes. I don't think I wanna mix with this because then I'm gonna end up getting all the pigment and like the paint pushed deep into the fibers. So I'm gonna grab a paintbrush that's not an interesting shape that might change my life forever. And my friend wants me to use more angled and flat brushes because I'm like a round brush and I just stick with it. I'm gonna follow her lead here. Here I have a little angled brush and I want to mix these two colors, maybe create a perfect half C of these. Okay, look at how pretty that is. I'm gonna move it over here and grab a little more white and create a lighter one. You could just create a little gradient. I don't remember how quickly gouache dries. I don't think it's as quick as acrylic, but I could be wrong. Boop-a-doo. Anyway, we have a sort of gradient here. So we have our darkest blue cyan tone to our lightest. Oh, wait, value. What? Wait. So we have a variety of values in our blue. I am going to have to clean my paintbrush though. Create a little face down there. But I must venture forth and get water. Okay, water. So we have this big old paper. So is this a watercolor block or is this just watercolor paper? Blocks, you're kind of supposed to be meant to use them inside the pad, whereas paper, clearly take it out. It's not a block because the sheets are separate. Okay, here we have our piece of paper. This is our palette, so it does not need to be center of attention. Excuse me. So what I'm thinking is for the first go, at least, I kind of just wanna, you know, eyeball it. So I'm gonna use this blue on this chisel brush, or angular shader actually. I'm gonna just sketch out the outside of a cloud, and I want like a gradient of blues going down with the white clouds, and then we'll probably go over the clouds with just straight up white paint to give it more texture so it's not just the paper. So I guess it's up to me where I want to put these clouds. I think it would be best if there's like a variation in both sizes, widths, and fluffiness. So I'm thinking if we're like in the sky, right? There could be like a big cloud and then they'd get smaller and like flatter as they trail off into the distance. So like there'd be a small one, there'd be a small cloud there. Maybe I should have sketched. Okay, I forgot. These are very opaque. Dip it in a little water and make it a little easier to work with. So we have a little cloud, oh maybe a little another little cloud with something even smaller back there. I gotta remember that I'm painting with the inverse shape, so the tiniest bit will be the cloud. And also the white should be opaque, which we haven't tested yet. It's part of the process, which means we should be able to go over some of the blue if I need to change the size of any of these clouds. But I would like a nice really big one maybe. I'm trying to think compositionally. I'm thinking a bigger one here. Maybe one that's more like circular. Another kind of poofier one here. I think I want more small ones back there, but like that'll be easier to do with the white paint, I think. And then maybe, what if there's something here, and then there's like a really big one in the back that kind of goes underneath. So we'll have to add shading to the actual cloud. This cloud comes up in front. Basically, you got your like big, poofy clouds that kind of trail off into like skinnier things. Give it some kind of horizon like there maybe. I want to think of it as like all kind of trailing off into one spot. But like also this could put one here, hey? All right, we got a lot of going on here. Not sure if it makes as much sense anymore, but which way would, if the sky, if we're looking at it, you know, as I imagine I am, would the light, like would the lightest value be at the top or the bottom? Like in the morning, I don't know, I'm thinking the lighter value's at the top. I don't know. I kind of want to add shading to the bottom of the clouds. Should I inverse that? I don't know. We'll just do it one way. We have more paper. I kind of just want to try and see what happens. So I'm going to do dark at the bottom. So we just have to color in the outside edges of these clouds. Getting darker at the bottom. Using water to kind of make it easier to spread out the colors. This is a beautiful sky color. You can add little extra clouds. Who cares? I'm going to need a lot more paint. I forgot how big this piece of paper is. I also don't know. I don't have a ton of experience with gouache on whether or not you can lift it once it's already been put down. So just kind of going for flat sort of wash. Adding water also seems to lighten the color, so I need to be weary of that. Go a little lighter as we approach higher up on here. Kind of just working our way through. Ooh, I could pull a little bit of the lighter color down here. Ooh, that looks kind of cool. It's starting to look like water, and these are rocks just poking out of the water, which is kind of what I described I was looking for with the clouds. So maybe that means I'm heading in the right direction. Get even lighter. I don't want to go too light because I'm not sure what colors I'm going to use. If I'm going to shade clouds and whatnot. Blend that out. I feel like this is the perfect like Studio Ghibli blue water color. That gives me an idea. I should just find an actual reference from a Ghibli movie. See if I can recreate, I don't know, either a water or a sky. Whatever it looks most like this color. I'm also kind of just leaving the edges blank because I didn't tape this down. Darker, even out the tone. It does look very patchy currently. I'm gonna grab this brush and keep it dry and like kind of blend out the edge of this cloud and see what happens. It's so soft, it kind of just smudges when you touch it to the paper. I think it would create kind of a soft edge. It did say foliage, didn't it? That's kind of more the vibe I see with like the shapes it's creating when I just kind of swirl. Not quite that like fluffy cloud that I feel like a round brush could get me. Perhaps it just needs another layer. It'll get rid of some of these streaks. Now I'm also thinking that the clouds that go further into the back should either get darker or lighter. I'm thinking darker. I'm also kind of excited about grabbing a reference for the next attempt. That's not good. Don't think about the next project while you're working on one project. That will cause problems. Now I'm gonna move on to the light colors, but I want even lighter than that. So I'm gonna grab a ton of white, some of this blue, add a little water as well. Now we're gonna darken up these clouds back here. Still kind of looks like water. I don't know if it's my formulation shape of the clouds. What if we do some small ones that are in the background here in the same color? Push this backwards. So those are supposed to be further backwards. Not sure it looks like it just yet, but we'll stick to the plan for now. See what happens. And this one should be even lighter than that because it's closer to us. Kind of doing like swirly motions to kind of keep it cloud-like. Now this cloud's actually the closest to us, which means this cloud should be dark back here. Really like that weird shape that that created back there. Keep swirlies, swirly swirlies. Okay, this one needs to be bigger, I think. It's not conveying that it's like closer to me. I think having it bigger might help. Obviously clouds can be any shape or size at any distance, but I think just compositionally it needs it. I think we're just tricking the eye by having such a big cloud be in the background when I can fix that quite easily. Let me clean the brush. I'll try to use straight up white. Now the more water you add, the more transparent it's going to be too, so you don't want to add too much water here. Ooh, it's grabbing some of the other colors. That looks kind of cool too. It's like blendy, you know. Maybe cut this one off frame instead of having blue there. Clean the brush. Grab more white again. There we go. Maybe it needs to go over even more clouds. Maybe even like another one up here. Like it's a little wet right now, but just visualize it. Yeah, that is helping. I think another one just like right here maybe. Just a big white cloud here. It kind of almost connects. Comes over this. I think we also need some more white like here to pull that out and push the rest backwards. We're gonna need a lot of this white, so we'll just grab a little more of that. Change the angle of the brush, see what happens. As it like breaks up, push this piece backwards. As it dries, it gets really tacky, and I don't think you want to play with it like that. Just wait for that to dry so that I can go over it later without like ripping up the paper. Now this cloud, I think he needs to be darker. I think he's drawing too much attention when he's not supposed to be that important. You had a smaller role to play, sir. Just kind of color over him. Ooh, he might get some like highlights later, but we just need to push it back. This one could probably come a little lighter. These, I wonder if I could just darken up a smidge just to kind of push them further back. Maybe one of these too. We'll kind of just throw it in lines where I feel like there could be darker values. It's almost just adding like a little extra texture or something. Definitely need to build this up. It's a little too transparent. Too much texture. That one looks like a fish. Really like building up that white opaque gouache. This one, I think we need to push him further back, but then also give like a highlight maybe up here. Now I think this one just needs highlight above the top. Maybe even lift it up a little. Maybe if I add some more sky cutting through right here. But let me finish off with the white while it's on the brush. I guess gouache is like really forgiving. I feel like I'm layering over the same spots with like completely different values and it works every time. Where did I want to cut it? I think I wanted it right there. Grab some of the blue, throw that in there. I really like how there's like this really dark area of blue. We could do some more over here maybe. I'm actually just using the straight up light blue color. Just kind of throwing it where I feel like it needs more contrast. Now just looking at it, it's looking too busy, but also like purposeless. Nobody wants to feel that way. It also might be because I'm not taking actual cloud structures into mind. I'm sure that could be helpful. Every once in a while I have to just like take a step back and kind of see how it looks when I squint. And that usually tells me if the composition's still way off, which I think I'm heading in the right direction. I think this guy, maybe if he was a big white cloud. Maybe I just need to pick a light source. So like anything underneath this cloud, if he's our frontest most cloud, should have a shadow. But also like I have to take into account where the cloud actually is. Ooh, tricky, tricky. So a reference. Make it a lot easier. That's gonna be my next goal here, is just kind of adding in shadows. I'm not a big fan of this brush. It's just too blobby and soft. Still looks like a fish. I also think I want this cloud to come a little further and then push this one further back. I mean, I guess I could make it all one big cloud, but I don't like how it's like drooping off to the left. So far, no complaints about the palette paper, but also, I mean, I haven't seen if it's bleeding through to the bottom yet. It's not. Seems nice to me. Okay, there we go. Brought that cloud forward. Might connect it down here. Maybe add like a piece here that's like from that cloud. This also doesn't have any white on it. Looking a lot like paper, so we'll just kind of glide over that. I think I want it to go way over here. Just trying to look at it from a distance. Still like the way the fish is. The paper is having a little hard time. Should have taped it down. I thought I wasn't gonna like do what I'm doing right now, I'll be honest. Or I would have taped it down. Oh, now that I lifted it up, it does not want to stay. Oh yeah, this is gonna be frustrating. It's too bouncy now. Ooh, that kind of helps. This cloud's still real smudgy without looking like a cloud. Still, I actually kind of take back what I said. I'm not sure if you can tell if it's water or clouds. I think my gut would be that it was clouds if I saw this for the first time. I just want like a little white highlight, like, but I might try it since I'm getting near the end here and I don't have to look at it for much longer. So if it looks bad, not a huge deal. Okay, it's definitely one of those things that looks way better from a distance. I'm also noticing some of the paint, like after it dries, looks different than when you first put it down. There's a little wispy cloud up here. Don't ask me what kind of cloud. Stradivarius. Is that a cloud? That's an instrument. Still want to add white to that. Get some nice fresh white paint just for him. Oh, there we go. Okay, so this is my clouds without reference. I would love to get myself like a reference. I'm thinking Studio Ghibli just because the color is screaming that at me. And I'll see if I can find a nice sky reference. This is a bit much. I just want like a sky. Well, we're running out of luck here, aren't we? What if I just search anime sky? No, that's not what I want. I'm gonna just look up pictures of clouds then. Well, clouds. Let's do this. Obviously with no yellow. I mean, it would be really fun to add in the color, but I really love the vibrancy of what we were able to accomplish without yellow. And who knows, maybe I'll change my mind. So we need another piece of paper. So this time we're going to work vertically. Oh, tape it down. Use my darn tape that rips. Here we go. Taped down. I'm ready for us to throw some stuff at it. So what do we want to do here? I guess we'll sketch. I'm going to try a different brush. Let me use this one. It's a little bit more beat up, so it's like kind of fluffier. Maybe I can get softer edges. We'll use this for sketching at least. I need some more blue. So now we want to sketch out our clouds. So there's one cloud. A very wispy little guy back here. And then there's something here. And then there's a big blob like that. So this is like one section, but part of the same cloud has a shadow. It kind of comes down this way. This is also in shadow though. Kind of confusing. Well, this whole cloud kind of like wisps around. Ooh, we could do a swirlies. That's funny, this brush has like become two. So now it creates two lines. Also a cloud up in this region. There is a big cloud down here. I'm gonna try to include as much of as possible. There's a big cloud back here, which is a really bright cloud. So basically this cloud that's right in front is actually gonna be darker than this cloud and this cloud. They're gonna be brighter along with that cloud. And then this one's more in shadow, which is very interesting. And I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. So we'll just kind of fill in the sky area so that we remember what's a cloud and what's not. I'm using lots of water to kind of just throw in a wash. I want a bigger paintbrush. Let's try this guy. See if we can get a nice shape with that. Which does work pretty well for hitting up spaces quick. Paper's having a hard time with the amount of water I'm throwing at it. If I'm doing this guy, I kind of enjoy the variation. You have to be careful about lifting though. That's definitely an occurrence with this art supply if you add too much water. Well, is this better than my idea? Or am I just putting in a lot of respect for it because it's an actual photo of an actual cloud? Yeah. Now, do I want to get out like a yellow to help recreate the reference, or do I just do it all in blue? I'm leaning towards blue, to be honest. Problem is, it's going to blend in with the sky a little too easily. So maybe like a burnt umber color, just a very subtle amount, could be helpful. I'm not sure what this brush is for, because now it's like curling, kind of a confusing shape. I'll let that dry. I'm going to go see what kind of gouache colors I have. I'm thinking I'm going to do a tiny bit of this cadmium yellow deep hue, alizarin crimson hue, and then ivory black. A bit of black. Oh, is that dried out? But the cap was on all the way. Yellow. I don't know if we'll need the red, but I'll keep it out just in case. Clearly gonna need a lot of white. Tiny bit of yellow. Oh, that's so bright. Actually, this color looks like what's right here. I'm gonna just throw it in. So this is from like the sun hitting it. It'll be darker, but we're just kind of eyeballing some colors to throw them in at first. Now this little area is very dark, so we're gonna add some of this. And then we're obviously gonna go over this with some of the lighter whites to get what we're looking for. So all this should be this kind of hard-boiled egg yolk color. And this whole cloud is basically this with even less yellow. This is this cloud up here. Looks kind of green. This one's also this color. And then this cloud, the top of it is this color. And this whole thing here is pretty dark. It might actually even be darker than that. Get a little lighter up here. And some little clouds in this area. So it needs to get even darker down here. Less white. So we move down into this little area. This sky needs to be way darker and maybe with some black. Mix it in with some of the blue. Kind of throw that up here and blend it out. It's starting to look a little cloudier. More like the end of a Ghibli movie now. Oof, there's some buckles in the paper which are creating little divots. Not a fan, not a fan. This little area is like too big actually. I need to shrink it down. I think I need to bring that cloud up. Do need some white, so I'm gonna glob a bunch of that on. This should be lighter, nice and light right there. Actually, wait, it's not time for white. We need to lay down way more colors. We still have white paper showing. Does seem like it's easier to go in with a dark color and then layer over with lighter with gouache. It almost needs to be redder. Let's do it, why not? Now this cloud is actually supposed to come out back this way and come around that way, but it's so much whiter, so I'm gonna grab one of this lighter colors with the yellow, try and throw them in back there through this cloud. Just make sure there's no paper. Once we get rid of the paper, then I'll feel much more comfortable adding shading again, because it's kind of silly to add shading when it's not done yet. That needs to be yellow and not blue, but we'll come back to it. Should we try and add a little red? How's this color? Is this good? No, I'm gonna just color in this whole cloud with this, so then we can add highlights. And some new shading down here. Oh, hey, I can go over some of this green. The red is counteracting the blue a bit more. So dark. Not what I was expecting when I started this. Okay, that cloud's supposed to be more like yellow, like this one. I'm gonna grab some more yellow. Get us back on track. Throw just a little bit of straight up cadmium yellow right here. Just kind of using blotches at this point. Trying not to be too blendy. Not sure if that looks like sky, but maybe when it dries I can go over with a lighter blue. Make it pop a bit more. This little area I'm extremely confused about, even looking at the reference. Just do one step at a time. So you just need to see like wisps of the cloud behind it, you know? So I'm not sure. That was one of my favorite parts. Can I like grab that? No. If I could just grab that color. Helpful, helpful. Hard to tell if it's like making it look more like a cloud or not. Definitely looks better from a distance, as the last one did. I'm struggling a little. This is supposed to be a lot less yellow, but I'm thinking it might need some yellow. I don't know. I don't like that it looks like legs. Do you see what I'm talking about? I kind of want to give up on it. Should I? No, shouldn't give up. This is also the part where I just kind of struggle with art in general, is that like last 20% of it. I get overwhelmed and nervous. This called the oranger one. And this one can be the pinker one. I think that'll help separate them. That might have been it. I was using gray to do it when it should have been pink. Well, red. I'm gonna take that reddish one and do all the shading with this. Tiny bit of red, lots of white. Again, add some of the black. Now I've got this purple color, it looks like. Just throw this up in the darker areas. I want it to stand out from the yellow cloud that's behind it. Maybe add the tiniest bit of yellow to it. I don't know, just add a hue shift for like right here. Clouds, I thought. It'll be easy, I thought. I was wrong. Ooh, that looks messy. I don't like that. That's too much. The rest of it's kind of more blobby, and that one has just too many small areas of color. Grab one of the darker colors. Add a bigger spot to that. I'm gonna grab a smaller paintbrush, and I don't I'll see if there's something I can do with that to see if we just need a little highlight somewhere. I didn't like those little like tiny clouds. Weirdly tempted to add stars, but it's clearly not nighttime. So I'm resisting that urge. This is still the weakest region right here. Don't know if I was able to get it to stand out. Maybe if I just lighten up behind it a bit more. That was not white. Well, it's out. I'll clean up some of these edges. Try to blend out the edges. Oh no, is this helping? Is this helping? I went white. These two again. If I just lighten up all around here, that'll help. We kind of finally cured the like weird legs problem. It's looking a little better. I think it's time to give this one a rest. Just kind of overworking this now. I say as someone who's never finished a piece in their life. All right, wait for this to dry, and then we will peel the tape and see if, I don't know, having a white border makes it look better. And it'll obviously have cleaner edges as well. So I will see you then. All right, it's about as dry as I'm willing to wait for. How's that for some honesty? Okay, we're going to peel off the tape. Ooh, look at that clean edge. That's so satisfying. Oh, we got the next piece. And the final piece of tape. Oh. Couldn't go that smoothly now, could it? Ta-da! So here is what it turned out like. We got clouds. Much darker than the first attempt with its bright blues. We stuck to the theme from the box, and then the one where I found a reference. This is what that one turned out like. It always looks so much cleaner when it has a white border. Still not a fan of like the colors. Like if I look at one specific spot, I'm just like, ew, gross. But overall, I think it does look like clouds, and I'll probably hang it up because what else am I gonna do with it? This one though, I just love all the colors in it. The composition's the only part that I'm not crazy about, but the colors, beautiful. I know we had a rocky start, but you won me over, Plakteverf. Then we had the palette paper. This is probably not dry, but I'm gonna pull it out just to take a look at that. So I guess you're supposed to just throw those away. I guess that's how it works. So it's like really easy cleanup. Very cool. Oh, I never signed to this one. I tried, but then it got undone. You know what might work? My Posca pen. There we go. That's easier for me. Perfect. So that was the ArtSnacks Plus box for May, I believe. If you're looking for more information, I'll have it down in the description. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and maybe feel the urge to get out a paintbrush or two and just glob some paint on something. It's definitely one of those more like relaxing things, specifically like painting clouds, because I might have complained and struggled through it, but like in the end, they both like, they're cool. There we have it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys all next week, and I hope you have a delicious evening full of waffles. Bye!